All right, guys, welcome to week 2 of eLearning. I wanted to just make a video to kind of go through the directions for the whole week because that's what I got the most questions about last week is what am I supposed to be doing today? So just a reminder that on Google Classroom, each week I'm going to post some like your weekly resources. So this is the week 2 eLearning resources that you're going to look at this week. There's also this week 2 eLearning lessons slideshow. It has all of the directions and instructions and information that you need for the whole week, including information about when we're going to have some like virtual meetings to ask questions, the information for your notes, different videos and things that you can watch. So this is really the first thing you should be checking out every day to figure out what the heck do I need to do. So we're going to kind of look through it together real quickly and just make sure that we know every day what the expectations are. So remember, this is your table of contents slide. If I needed to skip ahead to Friday, I could just click on it and immediately get to Friday. So use this resource to help you. On Monday, hopefully the day you are watching this video, we've got some targets. I'm going to skip through them to just go to the checklist. There are really two things that we need to do on Monday. The most important of the two is making sure that you do this e-learning expectations quiz. It's on Google Classroom. It's just going to go through the basics. Do you know where to find information, like what we're doing this week? What should you do if you have questions? Some kind of just like hopefully things that you know. If not, if you get a question wrong, all you need to do is look at the correct answer. You don't need to do test corrections or anything. I just want you to check out the right answer so that you know what you need to do in that situation. It's not a grade, it's just a check to make sure we know we all are on the same page. We know what to do in all of these situations. To find that quiz, you're just going to look under here. I put the day of the week, so this one says Monday. So that quiz is right here under Monday. You're going to take this e-learning expectations quiz. This quiz should only take you a few minutes. So if you're spending like 10, 15 minutes on this quiz, don't overthink it. Just use your best guess because remember, it's just a check. Okay, the other thing that you need to do is we have your coronavirus journals. And a lot of people last week, the directions were maybe a little unclear, did like 4, 5, or 6 journal entries. Awesome if that was you. Know that you only need to have 2 entries every week. So if you already have 4 or 5 or even more journal entries, you maybe don't need to do that this week. You can take a break or just add things to the entries you already have. If you only did 2 last week, that's awesome because that's what you were supposed to do. Just know that this week you need to make 2 more journals. You can watch the videos for directions if you need a reminder. Otherwise, just hop onto your journal and pick some prompts and get working. Okay. On Tuesday, we're going to have some office hours. The times are a little bit different. It's from 10 to 10:45 in the morning. Last week, we used Google Hangouts, but this week we're going to try something different called Zoom. So I'll make a video kind of explaining how to use Zoom if you're not sure and post it. But you essentially go to this link and then I'll be there to answer questions. If you need help on some assignments, I'm there to like work with you. You can stay for 5 minutes. You can stay for the whole 45 minutes. It's whatever the best use of your time is. But if you're stuck and not sure what to do, please, please, please join this chat on Tuesday so I can help you. Otherwise, it's just real tough for me. Okay, speaking of Tuesday, so from 10 to 10:45, we'll have that virtual meeting together. We'll have a brand new target. And on Tuesday, your task is to complete the 8.2 notes on Google Classroom and to answer the Pear Deck questions. To get to the 8.2 notes, you're going to go back to Google Classroom and look for Tuesday. Tuesday has this virtual set of notes. It's the same format that we did last week. You can print the notes or you can just complete them electronically. Most people just typed into their note sheets, and that was awesome. Keep on doing that because we'll have a quiz later this week. Your notes will be really super useful. One thing that I did notice last week is a lot of people had questions about how to get to Pear Deck. So On Tuesday, there's the link to join PD. It's the same link that we have in class. So you should be familiar with how to get to Pear Deck. The code is right here. So you would just type in RFNIV and it will take you to this exact same Pear Deck. You'll use the Pear Deck to fill in your notes, but also, actually, I'm just going to go to the Pear Deck real quick. I'm going to click on Join PD. I know that I have a code. I could, let me go back. I could, since I already have this slideshow open, really just even copy and paste the code. Well, maybe I can copy and paste the code. That would save me some time so I don't have to memorize it. And then, how am I feeling today? I think I'm feeling good. Okay, my journey is going to shortly begin. Here I am. This is the same slideshow that you've just seen, but we really need to make sure. Okay, I can't click on the slide this there. Okay. We really, really, really want to make sure one, that we can get through the Pear Deck. There we go. That when we're doing the Pear Deck, when these questions pop up, that we're actually filling them out. And there's two reasons why you really need to do the Pear Deck questions. One, it helps me know what you've understood and what we maybe need to cover a little bit more next week, or maybe something that I need to change. So answering the questions helps me know what you know. The second reason it's super important that you do the Pear Deck questions is that every week I have to keep track of what assignments you've all done and which ones you haven't. And then I have to send that information to the principals and they send it to the superintendent who's in charge of the whole district. I really don't want to have to mark down that you didn't do any of your work this week or that you're skipping some of the really important things. And of all of the things this week, going through the Pear Deck and the notes is the most important. So making sure that you're answering the questions is kind of a really big deal. So make sure that you're doing that. There's not a ton of questions in this Pear Deck. Most of them are multiple choice or drawing. So make sure you're filling those out this week. Okay. We're going to skip ahead because you're going to go through the slides, but we're going to skip ahead to Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday this week. Wednesday is April Fool's, so hopefully you can play a joke on someone in your house, but make sure that it's a nice joke, not a mean one. On Wednesday, you're going to log into BrainPop, so you're going to use Clever to do that. That was the second most question I got was, how do I get to BrainPop? Make sure you're going to Clever, and then there's 3 things that you need to do. You need to watch the video on Lewis and Clark. There's a little worksheet on Lewis and Clark. You're going to identify some key people, and it's going to ask you to describe them. So you're going to use 3 adjectives to describe Lewis, Clark, and Sacagawea. And then there's a short video quiz on Lewis and Clark. Now, last week, some people didn't get an awesome score on the quiz, and some of those people redid their scores, and some people didn't. Just know that when you redo the quiz, you might have to re-log into BrainPop, but if you do, it seems to take an hour, but then it does refresh your score, at least on my end. So if you do the quiz multiple times, don't panic if it has a not great score for you. On my site, it will show your retake, so don't panic. Okay, just a quick refresher, if you have forgotten how to get to Clever, is over here on your GIPS folder, you should go to Clever. Now, you're looking for BrainPop. Remember, it's got Tim the robot, or not Tim, sorry, Moby the robot. Tim's not on there. And then it's just gonna have you log in. For you, my screen looks a little bit different than your screen, but mine just shows the dashboard where it shows everybody who, the quizzes that I've assigned. So right now it's showing me that 0 people have completed the Lewis and Clark assignment. It's because you didn't know about it until right now. But on yours, there should be a little, when you click on the dashboard, there should be some red notifications telling you that you have some assignments that you need to do. So please make sure that you are getting those done by using Clever. Okay. we're going to jump ahead to Thursday. Sorry, I was going to skip ahead to Friday, but Thursday. So Thursday, all you're doing is making a journal entry. If it doesn't take you very long or you already have your journal entries all done, you might want to just like pause and make sure that you have all of your other social studies work from this week done. This is a good like catch up day. All right. On Friday, we are having another virtual Zoom meeting. It's also from 10 to 10:45. Again, we're going to be using something new called Zoom this week. I'll post some more directions about how to do that later. And then again, it's just ask questions, get help, stay for as long as you want or as short as you want. Okay, Friday, you've almost made it through the week. There's only one thing you have to do on Friday. There is a quiz. It's over 8.1, everything we did last week, and 8.2. On each of the questions, I've already told you which section of your notes you should use. There is no code, so you can just click on the quiz and take it. And you should definitely use your notes or the slideshow, probably both. Everything you need is in like the 8.1 and 8.2 notes. That's why we did them. Please, please, please use your notes. So just in case you've forgotten where Google Classroom is, because there were a few people who did, or how to use it, on Friday it just says 8.1 quiz. You'll click on it and you'll take your quiz. And then you can also use like your notes, your 8.2 here or your 8.1, probably both of them, to make sure that you are accomplishing an awesome score on your quiz to prove to me that you have been paying attention, that you've been getting your work done, and that you know some stuff about Thomas Jefferson. That's pretty darn important because we're going to be moving on to some more things that happened for Thomas Jefferson next week. So we want to make sure that we're all caught up, we're all on the same page. All right, email me if you have questions, but make sure that you're looking through the week 2 e-learning slideshow to make sure that you understand those directions first. All right, see you later.